What happens when a small-town restaurant owner steps into the national spotlight and becomes one of the most talked-about figures in American politics? Love her or hate her, Lauren Boebert's rise to fame and the controversies that follow. Her has everyone buzzing. From her bold policy stances to her unapologetic personality, Boebert has become a lightning rod for debate. But who is she really, and why does she spark such strong reactions? Today, we're breaking down the life, career, and polarizing policies of Lauren Boebert, the Colorado congresswoman who refuses to back down. Stick around, because this story is anything but ordinary. Lauren Boebert's journey to Congress is as unconventional as her politics. Born in Altamonte Springs, Florida, in 1986, Boebert grew up in a modest household. Her family moved to Colorado when she was a teenager, and it was there that she found her roots. As a young mother, Boebert faced challenges that shaped her perspective on life and government. She dropped out of high school but later earned her GED, proving that her determination was stronger than any obstacle. In 2013, she and her husband, Jason, opened Shooter's Grill in Rifle, Colorado, a restaurant where staff openly carry firearms. Yes, you heard that right. The restaurant became a symbol of her staunch support for Second Amendment rights, and it wasn't long before Boebert herself became a local celebrity. But how did a restaurant owner from a small town end up in Congress? It all started in 2020, when Boebert decided to challenge incumbent Republican Scott Tipton in the primary for Colorado's 3rd Congressional District. Against all odds, she won, shocking the political establishment. Her campaign was fueled by her unwavering support for gun rights, her opposition to government overreach, and her alignment with former President Donald Trump's policies. Boebert's victory was a clear message. She was here to shake things up, and shake things up she did. Once in Congress, Boebert quickly made headlines, and not just for her policies. Her fiery speeches, social media presence, and confrontational style turned her into a media magnet. But let's talk about the policies that have everyone talking. Boebert is a staunch conservative, advocating for limited government, lower taxes, and a strong national defense. She's also a vocal supporter of the Second Amendment, often emphasizing her belief in the right to bear arms. But it's her stance on issues like immigration, energy, and education that has sparked heated debates. For example, Boebert has been a fierce critic of the Biden administration's energy policies, arguing that they hurt American workers and undermine energy independence. She's also taken a hardline approach to immigration, calling for stricter border controls and opposing what she sees as lenient policies. But here's where things get controversial. Boebert's outspoken nature has led to clashes with both Democrats and members of her own party. She's been criticized for making inflammatory statements, particularly on social media, where she doesn't hold back. Some see her as a fearless defender of conservative values, while others view her as divisive and polarizing. One thing's for sure, Boebert doesn't shy away from the spotlight, and she's not afraid to speak her mind, no matter who disagrees. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the controversies. Boebert has faced her fair share of backlash, from her comments about Islam to her involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot. She's been accused of spreading misinformation and fueling division, but her supporters argue that she's simply standing up for what she believes in. Whether you agree with her or not, it's hard to ignore the impact she's had on the political landscape. Boebert represents a new wave of politicians who are unapologetically bold and deeply connected to their base. But what does her rise say about the state of American politics today? Beyond the headlines and the heated debates, there's a human side to Lauren Boebert that often gets overlooked. She's a mother of 4, a small business owner, and someone who's faced personal struggles. Her story resonates with many Americans who feel left behind by the political elite. Boebert's supporters see her as a voice for the voiceless, someone who isn't afraid to challenge the status quo. But her critics argue that her approach is too extreme and that her policies could have harmful consequences. Wherever you stand, there's no denying that Boebert has sparked important conversations about the direction of the country. So, what's next for Lauren Boebert? As she continues to serve in Congress, one thing is certain: she's not going anywhere. Whether she's fighting for conservative values or facing criticism for her controversial statements, Boebert remains a central figure in American politics. Her story is a reminder that in today's political climate, anything can happen, and anyone can make a difference. But the question remains, will her influence grow, or will the controversies overshadow her career? Only time will tell. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what Lauren Boebert's rise means for us as viewers and citizens. Love her or hate her, she's a product of the times we live in, a reflection of the deep divides and passionate beliefs that define our nation. Her story challenges us to think critically about the kind of leaders we want and the future we're building. So, what do you think about Lauren Boebert and her policies? Do you see her as a trailblazer or a troublemaker? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth stories about the people and events shaping our world. Your support helps us bring you more content like this. And hey, if you have any suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.